Hello everybody and welcome back. Happy September. I am here to share with you the first challenge and the freebies for this September. Now originally when I kind of shared my new kits that I'm releasing this month, I did say that I wasn't going to be doing any challenges because I'm in the process of moving. As things have been delayed, I have decided that I'm going to do 2 challenges this month. So this is the first one. There'll be another challenge next week, but there won't be a third challenge, which is what I normally do because that'll be around the time I'm actually moving. So as of next week, I'm probably going to start boxing things up. So I'm trying to get everything organised and ready. Because I have 2 kits out this September, I've got the Autumns here and the Witching Hour, which are 2 very different kits. The Witching Hour, obviously more kind of spooky Halloweenish. It's also a black and white kit. Autumn's here, obviously you have those gorgeous autumnal colours. It felt a bit difficult trying to come up with challenges and freebies that could perhaps go with both because they are very different. So what I have done instead, if you are a member of my Facebook group, Non-Stop Papercrafts, I gave away a free kit a day or 2 ago now, I can't remember when. Because my Facebook group has reached 8,000 members, which is absolutely incredible. I am so over the moon because I only started the Facebook group at the beginning of January this year. So the fact that we are already at 8,000 members is just incredible. So as a thank you, I published a kit in the group. It is only for those in the group. It's not published anywhere else, so you can't find it in my Etsy or on my Ko-fi page. But I thought what I would do is the freebies and challenges will be linked to that kit instead. So the freebies that I share with you today will be available in my Ko-fi shop. But if you want the full kit that this goes with, then you need to be a member of the Facebook group. So I'm going to get these 2 kits out of the way and then I'll share the freebies with you and we can go over what the challenge is for this week. So this is my promo sheet, and as you can see, the hashtag that I'm going to be using this month is Non-Stop Papercrafts 8K gift, because as I said, I gifted a kit to the group, and these freebies are in the same sort of style as the kit that is in the group as well. There are 4 pages, I believe, 4 pages that are free. So as I said, these will be in the Facebook group, but they will also be on my Ko-fi site as well. And we're doing an envelope challenge, so 3 pages are envelopes and then there is just a general page that you can use for journaling. So I'll show you the pages in a bit more detail. So we have this coin style envelope. There's an insert that fits inside and a pocket with this page. So that's the first page, but gorgeous florals, lots of kind of lace, very vintage vibe. That's the kind of style of the kit that you can find in the Facebook group. Here's the second coin style envelope again. Again, there's an insert, but this time we've got some flowers. And then the final envelope, again, has some different florals, another insert, and this time some policy closure discs. And then the final page, as I said, is a journaling page. You can use this to kind of fold up and put inside the envelopes, or if you're making a journal, you can have this within the journal as well. So as I said, this all matches the main kit that you can find in the Facebook group if you join. So as I said, this week is an envelope challenge. If you take part in the challenge and you make something with these freebies, can you please post in the group? Make sure that you use this hashtag, and then for every post that you make, and if you only post once throughout the month, then that's 1 entry. If you post 3, 4, 5 times, then that's how many entries you get throughout the month. If you use the freebies and the kit that is in the Facebook group, then you get 2 entries for each post that you make. So 1 entry if you make a post just using the freebies, 2 entries if you make a post using the freebies and or the kit that is in the group. Obviously, As I said, this is not linked to the kits that I am releasing this month. If you do decide to make something with Autumn's Here or Witching Hour and post in the group, still use this same hashtag because that's what I'll be looking for. But you will automatically get 2 entries for each post that you make, and then you'll go into the drawing at the end of the month as well. As I've said, you do not have to necessarily make what I'm making. It could be absolutely anything. This challenge is more for me to give you some ideas and inspiration of how you can use these particular papers. Right, so as I said, the challenge is to do with envelopes. So I have already cut things out and prepped things and got things ready and thought about how I want this. So I'll talk you through what I have done. So I've got the different inserts, and I did print them twice so that I had them twice. And I've got my pocket cut out, I've got my flowers cut out. This one I did actually back onto a thicker card, so this is quite thick now, not quite a chipboard thickness, but it is thick. And then I've got obviously my hole reinforcers. Again, I doubled those, so I punched them twice and then stuck them together just so they're a little bit more sturdy. And then my envelopes. This is how I'm envisaging mine going. So this is going to lift up, this coin envelope, and then that will be a pocket. This is then going to open out this way, if we all fit on the table. This is going to go out this way. We're then going to have the policy closures on this one, so this can lift up, and then you'll have a pocket. And then this one I've changed so that it opens this way, and then you've got this kind of style pocket, so it's going to go in that way. Obviously normally it would look like that, but yeah, I've just changed it so it's going to go that way and it's opening to the side. So you can play around with how yours are all going to fit together. I'm just creating some kind of, I don't know what to call it, envelope flip folio. That'll do. So that's what I'm going to do with mine. So the only thing that I've added to mine is I've added some ink, and because I don't like having that stark white, I have just stenciled inside. This one, if I bring this page back in, it might not be able to pick up on camera, but there is a kind of lace circle in here. So all I've done is cut that out, and obviously where you've got some leaves and flowers coming in, I've cut round those as well. So I could make a little window. So that's another reason for doing the stenciling, so that obviously it doesn't look again so white on the other side. But yeah, so that's going to go on there, that's going to flip up, and then they're going to be stuck together. So we obviously now need to get working on these. So I'm going to work on an envelope at a time, I think. So let's perhaps do this front one. So I'm just going to lay them to the side. Now obviously where I've got this hole, I know it's difficult to see because it is clear, but I have got a piece of acetate. You might be able to see it sort of shining in the camera. And then obviously that's going to get stuck on there. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. Now you could use glue for this. I'm not going to use glue, only because it takes too long to dry, and I kind of obviously want to get this in and stuck down. So I'm just going to use double-sided tape, and I'm just going to work my way around this circle as best I can. We're back to the beginning, so I'm just going to give that a good push down, and then I can take off the backing, she says. That's better. Right, and locate the acetate. And I'm going to pop that on there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, so when this is in there, things are going to be slotted in this way, because obviously it's going to be essentially upside down. So what I'm going to do is just get some tape. Now you can use washi tape or any kind of tape that you've got, and I'm just going to put some tape along the edge just so that it doesn't catch when things are being slid in. So I'm doing it at the top, and I'm just going to do it around the edges. I'm not going to go all the way round because you don't need to. But I'm just going to go around the edge like that. That'll do. Okay, so just trying to decide which way round I want my flaps to go. I think I like the line in the middle, so I might do that. So this bit I can glue down. So I'm just going to put a bead of glue down this one and down this one. And obviously I want to seal the bottom. Okay, so that's one envelope essentially done. So I'm going to put that one to the side, and then we can work on these two. So this one's going to need a policy closure. I think I will on this one as well, actually. So I think I'll have the writing on this one since it's quite busy with florals anyway. And then, well, I know that that's a floral one, I can have the other one down here, can't I? Or do I have it on the bottom? Yeah, I might have it on the bottom actually. Yeah, no, I'll keep it that way round. Right, so I just used this hole punch. Now I don't know if this is going to reach in far enough, so let's see. Now I do want these in the middle. So I've got this ruler that gives you the middle. So I'm just going to line this up on here. Oh, that needs to come over a little bit. Okay, so now that that's lined up, I'm just going to use my pencil to just pop a mark where the middle is. And then that's where my hole's going to go. Do I want to come down a little further? I think I might want to come down a little further, so I'm just going to rub that out. And I might just need to use a darker colour. I'm going to come down a little bit further than that, so let's line that back up. So it was just over 7 centimetres on each side. So about there, and that's where I'm going to have my dot. That's a bit better, isn't it? Okay. Then I'm going to eyeball this, and I'm just going to make sure that does actually look roughly in the middle as well. So that's that one marked out, and I'm going to do that on this one now. So again, I'm going to go for the middle. Now I know this is me probably just being a little bit anal, and it doesn't quite have to be like this, but just going to move that up ever so slightly actually. do the same on the top. I'm just thinking about where my thing's going to be. Again, pop my dot. Right, okay. So hopefully this will reach in that far. Which it does. Happy days. Okay, and let's see if I can do it on this one. Just about for that one. I don't think I'm going to reach that on this side. No. So I am going to use my pokey tool for this one. There we go. Right. And I've got some little, well, they're called split pins or brads that I'm going to use. So I think this one's got nice pinks in it, so I'm going to use the pink ones over this side and then the darker ones here, because I've got some darker pinks up the top here. So I'm just going to give that a little bit more of an ink around the edge. I think I need to buy a new vintage photo. I think this one might have nearly had it. Yeah, so I hope you're going to like these challenges. As I say, I know they're not really anything to do with my actual paid kits that are in my Etsy shop, but like I said, my decision to make a challenge was a little bit sort of lastminute.com, because suddenly things have been delayed. I was supposed to be moving a lot earlier than this, so okay, so that's going to go on there like that. Right, so then we can glue these down. So again, I've just got to decide whether I want that black line or do we hide the black line. I think I like the black line, so let's glue that one. Now I do sometimes get asked what weight paper or type of paper I print on. So if I'm doing journaling pages, then I print on standard copier paper, which is 80 GSM here in the UK. And then for things like this, and my envelopes and my pockets and tags and things, I print on 160 GSM, just to give it an extra bit of thickness. I think especially with things like envelopes, obviously they're being open and shut and things in and out of them, they do just need to be a little bit more sturdier than standard copier paper, so that's why I use that thickness. Right, now to do these. Now I am debating whether I want to make this smaller a little bit, because obviously that's where obviously it's supposed to be an envelope. The top part is bigger than the bottom part. I mean, it is only slightly. No, I don't think I'm going to worry about it actually. The only thing I am going to do, oh, actually I've noticed I've got this the wrong way around, haven't I? It goes that way, that's fine. So all I've done for this one to amend it is, you can see I've trimmed off here because obviously, as you can see on this side, it's like right up against that fold, so it's starting to bend a little bit here, which doesn't matter for this side because it's going to get glued down, so you're not going to see it. But I did have to cut here, and I've cut in at both sides just so it looks a bit more like an envelope shape. So the envelope actually goes that way round. Yeah, I was thinking about making this one a little bit shorter so it matches more that side, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it too much. It is a junk journal after all. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue along here, along there, and up those sides, and hopefully not glue that envelope on top. Oh no, I need to get my thingy in there. Where's my holes gone? I need to put these in, don't I? Right, let's take that off again, try again. There they are, that's what I was looking for. Let's move that ruler because we don't need that, and I can see it's glaring on that ring light, which must have been bugging you for ages. I do apologise. Right, so these are going to go in here again. I'm just going to give them a bit of an ink. I did try, but like I said, I think my vintage photo is on the way out. I tried re-inking, but this pad is old. I've had it for years. Right, so one in here. Okay, and because this is inside the pocket, now I didn't have to do it for this one because this is actually stuck down, but because this is going to be where people are kind of sliding things in, I'm going to put a bit of tape over this just to stop it from catching on anything. That's better. Right, so that's going to go on there, and let's try again with the glue. That was almost a disaster, wasn't it? But quickly saved it. Right, so that goes there, and then that's obviously going to go over that side with, just putting the lid on my glue, with this closure which I've lost. There it is. Like so. Right, so now joining these two. Now I've got this strip which I've cut from the journaling page, and what I'm going to do, obviously that's going to slot under there, but I'm going to make this a bit more of a decorative edge because I know it doesn't look like much at the moment, but I will make it look a bit more decorative. So this is going to go on here. I will trim it down a little bit actually because I think it's possibly a bit too wide. So at the moment I think I made it 2 inches, so let's maybe make it 1.5. Right, there we go. Okay, so I was debating going up the edge with a decorative punch, but I'm thinking if I do that on both sides I'm not going to have much paper left, and this is obviously what's hinging this. This again I have printed on 160 GSM just for this particular purpose. What I have got though is this decorative corner punch, which will hopefully just make it look a little bit more pretty while it's on the page. Again, I'm going to give that a little bit of an ink. I'm just going to trim that top because obviously where I've punched that, that's gone a little bit wonky. Has a touch on that side as well. There we go, that'll do. Right, and then I'm going to score this down the middle. So I'm going to grab my scoreboard, or my mini one anyway. I've got 2 scoreboards. Okay, so if this is 1.5, I then want 3/4. Okay, so that's been scored at 3/4. Again, just to give it a little bit of strength, I am just going to put a little bit of tape up the middle. I mean, this isn't obviously like a heavy duty journal, this is going to be a small folio, so it doesn't need to be anything more than that really. I am going to give it a little bit of ink up the spine, not that you're going to really see too much of it, but just in case. I'm just going to lay it out flat again just for ease. I think the first side I want to stick down is this one. So if these are lined up there, this is going to go roughly in the middle like that. So like I said, I'm going to do this side first. So I'm just looking where that score line is because I want it just a little bit out of that, just so it's got some space to actually fold over. Okay, and then we can glue it down onto the next one. I'm just lining it up here first. Then I'll just double check on the other side, make any movements if I need to, but I think that's pretty good actually. Okay. Excellent. Right, so that's how that's looking then on the inside. Let's put the lid back on that one. Right, so that goes over that way. I'll sort out all the strings in a second. That folds over there, and then coming over the top is going to be this one. So for this one, you won't be able to see it very well on camera, I don't think, but I've got multiple score lines. So I've scored it 3 times. So obviously where the actual fold would be, and then whatever the next line above is, and then the next line above that, just to give it a bit more of a gusset, because obviously it's got to wrap around 2 envelopes. I'm just making sure I've got it the right way up before I start sticking anything. And then yeah, that just gives it opportunity to be able to go round those envelopes. So I'm just going to make sure everything's all lined up. I'm then going to apply my glue up the top here. And then bring that down. Just going to turn it over just to make sure that everything's lined up. Give it a bit of a press. Okay, so just to check, so this goes up that way. We've then got a pocket here. This then flips out this way. We've got this pocket here, and we've got that pocket there. Excellent. So I think the only other things we need to add is, so I've got this pocket, and I was thinking this one might go here. Yeah, I think this one might go here. So I'm just going to fold over the tabs. Glue all over my fingers now. Again, just give this a little ink. And some glue. I think I'm going to move on to the bigger bottle. She says. Okay, so this I'm going to bring all the way down, almost to the bottom. That will go there. And then obviously I've got all of these decorative pieces, so I could add that to that. I've got a jar that kind of just has all different bits of, they're just like trims and ribbons and things, but it tends to be odd lengths where I've kind of cut things off. Thinking this might be good for a closure, so I'll keep that out. I've got lots of little doilies and bits in there as well, so I'm wondering if any of this would be good to help decorate a little bit. Let's see what we've got. So I do like this, but I think it might need maybe some cheesecloth. I do like some cheesecloth. Yeah, so I think I'm going to stick those down. I might just add some ink to the cheesecloth though. Oh, I've lost the flower. Where did it go? There it is. That's going to go on there. Okay, and that can go on there. Bring it in slightly so it's not hanging over the edge too much. So we've got that one. Right, so let's have a look then. So we've got that. Let's have a think what we can put in there. So I've got these different bits and pieces. Now obviously I need one to actually go in here, so I think this is the one that belonged to it, so that would go in there. I haven't actually inked around the edges yet, so let's maybe do that quick. Okay, so we've got that. That can go in there. Now these are a little bit tall to go in here, but I'm thinking this does have that line across it, so I'm thinking we should be able to fold it. Yeah, so that could go in there like that. Right, so over onto these ones then. What else have we got? So that's the other one of these. Okay, since I've got two of these, I'm going to put these two in here. And obviously I've got this spare one as well, where I double printed certain things. That one can go in there as well, actually. So we've then got two in each of those. Excellent, love that. Oh, actually, I want that facing the other way, don't I? So otherwise, you're just going to see white on that side. Oh, but you're not seeing any picture. Right, okay, that's where I think this is going to come in then. I think I'm going to stick this in the middle. And that can be what's peeping through the window. Okay, so I just need to work out roughly where. So if it's in the middle, it needs to be about there. Awesome. So now we can see that. Right, let's get some string or something for these. Okay, so I've got this black thread, which I think is what I'm going to use. So let's think 1, 2, 3, and a little bit. So tie a little knot under there, snip off that bit of extra, and then can just go around like that. Right, so that's that side. Then I'm going to do the same on this one. 1, 2, 3, and a tinsy bit. Whoops. So again, I think I'm going to tie the knot at the top. Snip off that little bit and wind around. like so. Right, okay, so yeah, that goes over that way. That goes over that way. Right, now for the closure, and if I want to perhaps add something on the front. What have we got? See, these are pretty. I think I might cut one of these off. Maybe have this on the cover. Yeah, right. Let's glue that into place. Although actually, I think I'm going to do the closure first, otherwise this might make it awkward. So keep that to the side. I think I'm just going to put everything else back. Right, so I'm going to use this for the closure. So I do need to sort out the ends, so I'll do that first. Now, obviously ribbons tend to fray like this, so all you need to do is just snip to kind of neaten them up a little bit. And then with a lighter, just a very light, quick run along, and then it just kind of seals it, because obviously these have like, is it acrylic or something in it anyway, something plasticky. That then melts and it just binds it all together. Obviously careful, don't set your house on fire. Right, so this, I think I'm just going to literally stick along the back, and then this is going to tie in at the front. So I'm going to use some double-sided tape, but one that is a bit thicker. Oops, I'm just going to move that up a little bit so I can see how wide the book is. The book, the folio, the envelopes, whatever. Right, so about there. Okay, so I'm going to try and put this roughly in the middle. I'm using the grids on my mat to help me line everything up. And then this, I'm going to put down there, like so. Oops. Actually, let's move it over this side. Oh my goodness, I am all thumbs today. Okay, something like that. I am going to trim this one off because it is clearly far too long. Right, and then we're going to stick this on, weren't we? So it's just going to go around there like that. I don't think I will use this. I think I'm going to use my beacon 3-in-1, if it hasn't already gone molten. It kind of erupts, doesn't it, if any of you have this stuff. So I'm coming to the end of this glue as well, which isn't a bad thing. It's such a stinky glue. I have got another one though ready, because I do like this for fabrics. This is good for fabric. It's just very, very stinky. Okay, then just stick that down like so. Quickly put the lid on before we start getting an eruption of glue. And there is my little envelope folio. I'm going to have a quick tidy up of my desk and then we'll have one final flip through before we go. Okay, so here is my little envelope folio. So we have this beautiful flower on the front with the pearl. I think it goes beautifully with the papers, and then obviously our closure goes all the way round to the back. So we can open this up. This flips up. We then have a pocket here with a journaling card, and then inside we have the journaling card that has the flower on. That just slots inside so that we can see the flower on the other side. This then also opens up this way. We have our policy closure here, and then two journaling cards inside. I haven't covered up these. I don't mind seeing those. If that's something that bothers you, then obviously you can get that covered. Then the same on this side. We have the envelope this time opening to the side, and again a couple of journaling cards stenciling on the inside just to help get rid of that stark white. Okay, and that is my quick and easy envelope flip folio. So remember, if you are making something like this, or like I said, something completely different perhaps with the freebies, make sure that you are posting in the Facebook group using the hashtag, and then you will have an entry to go into a drawing at the end of the month. If you decide to use the freebie kit, that is the gift for reaching 8,000 members in the Facebook group, you will get 2 entries for each post that you make, but you do have to be a member of the Facebook group to get the full kit. If you decide to make something with Autumn's Here or Witching Hour, again, post in the group, still use the same hashtag, it doesn't matter if it's not part of it. Again, you will get 2 entries for each post that you make using those kits as well. And then, as usual, at the end of the month, there'll be a big prize drawing. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope this has inspired you, and I hope that you join in with the challenge. I hope that you're not too disappointed that there will only be 2 challenges. As I said, I am getting ready now to move, which is very exciting. There will still be some freebies for week 3. There just won't be a challenge to go with it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.